I am Sheikh Mahbub Basha. Welcome to my channel. Happy learning. Question. Explain the formation of stationary waves in a stretched string and hence deduce the laws of transverse waves in a stretched string. Stationary waves. When two progressive waves of same amplitude and frequency traveling along the same straight line but in opposite direction superimpose, then a stationary wave is formed. Formation of stationary wave. A string is fixed between two rigid supports. Let it be the string and fixed at its both ends. It is excited perpendicular to its length to generate transverse waves. When the string is plucked, transverse wave is generated and it travels in the forward direction. This transverse wave gets reflected at the rigid support. So the crest becomes trough and the reflected wave travels in the backward direction as shown here. This reflected wave again reflects at the other rigid support. So this is the reflected wave. These transverse waves overlap on each other to produce stationary waves. The amplitude of the resulting stationary wave is modified to form nodes and antinodes. Look at these points. These points where the particle displacement is zero are called nodes. Look at these points. These points where the particle displacement is maximum are called antinodes. Theory. The displacement of the particle of the string due to incident wave is given by y1 is equal to a sine of kx minus omega t. This is the equation moving in the forward direction. The displacement of the particle of the string due to reflected wave is given by y2 is equal to a sine of kx plus omega t. According to the principle of superposition, the resultant displacement is y is equal to y1 plus y2. That is equal to a sine of kx minus omega t plus a sine of kx plus omega t. That is equal to, take a common, a into sine of kx minus omega t plus sine of kx plus omega t. Using some mathematical simplifications, we get A into 2 sin kx cos omega t. So on rearranging, we get 2a sin of kx cos omega t. Here, capital A equal to 2a sin kx, which is independent of time, is the amplitude of this resultant wave. Then, for x equal to 0, comma lambda by 2, comma 2 lambda by 2, comma 3 lambda by 2, and so on, capital A, that is amplitude equal to 0. That means nodes are formed. And for x equal to lambda by 4, comma 3 lambda by 4, comma 5 lambda by 4, comma 7 lambda by 4, and so on, this amplitude capital A is equal to 2a and is maximum. That means antinodes are formed. Derivation. Consider a string of length L stretched between two rigid supports P and Q. Let it be the string fixed at both ends. Let the ends named as P and Q, and length of the string here is L. Between the two ends P and Q, the string length is L. When the string is plucked perpendicular to its length, a transverse wave is generated. It travels with a velocity of v equal to square root of t by mu. Here, T is tension in the string and mu is the linear density of the string. Linear density means mass per length. If the string vibrates in fundamental mode such that two successive nodes are formed at P and Q, then one loop is formed between P and Q, only one loop. Then L equal to lambda by 2 or lambda equal to 2L. But frequency is given by N is equal to V by lambda. Combining the above three equations, we get N is equal to 1 by 2L root of T by mu. This N equal to 1 by 2L root of T by mu is the expression for fundamental frequency. Laws of transverse waves. First law. The fundamental frequency of a vibrating string is inversely proportional to the length of the string when tension in the string and linear density of the string are constants. So mathematically you can express N is proportional to 1 by L, where T and mu are constants. Second law. The fundamental frequency of a vibrating string is directly proportional to square root of the tension in the string when length of the vibrating segment and linear density of the string are kept constant. Mathematically, you can write n proportional to square root of t, where L and mu are constants. Third law. The fundamental frequency of a vibrating string is inversely proportional to square root of the linear density of the string when the length of the vibrating segment and tension in the string are kept constant. N proportional to 1 by root mu, where L and T are constants.